LA River walkers and watchers have some hope thanks to NBC4's Streets of Shame series. After weeks of pointing fingers, one city councilman is now taking steps to make sure that the River Walk is not a liability for the city. NBC4's Cádiz Klemack has more now in this report from Reseda.
When we first came out here in June, some of the neighbors in the area complained that there were just too many entities that were supposed to be maintaining the LA River bike path here in Reseda. Now, that could change.
It's disgusting.
I know, right? We met with a community group of volunteers who reached out to NBC4 in our Streets of Shame series in June, upset because they said the city of LA was wasting a precious resource.
You can't just build a resource and leave it alone and not come back and see how it evolves over time.
Evelyn Aleman showed us the worst of what she's seen along the LA River bike path in Reseda. Needles and drug vials from homeless encampments were just part of it.
We had overgrown brush, we had broken fences, we had broken lampposts, we had graffiti, we've had to remove human excrement from the bike path.
But when they'd reach out to the city, they'd get pushed to the county, who would push them back to the city. An ongoing back and forth, she says, never went anywhere until now.
And the fact that you came out and you covered us and you made this known, it helped raise awareness.
While many hands make light work, a lot of times what you end up is a lot of finger pointing in different directions.
LA Councilman Bob Blumenfield says one entity needs to take over before it's too late, and he submitted this motion to council hoping to do just that.
But if it's not maintained properly, it ceases to become an amenity and people start looking at it as a nuisance.
Even the motion points out that if it doesn't happen, residents will oppose future investments in parks and downstream improvements.
There's homelessness in here. There is, my understanding is there's elements of there's drug dealing in here.
That's where the Mountain Recreation Conservation Agency comes in. Park rangers who would be assigned to the 5-mile stretch of the river, the headwaters, with the hope that the idea will flow across all 51 miles of the linear city park.
For us, it's going to mean a lot of work.
If it happens here, if it works here, then we know it'll happen, throughout the 51-mile stretch of the river that's coming, down the pike.
After years of begging for help, the LA River walkers and watchers say that they finally see the light at the end of their tunnel.
Thank you so much, Councilman.
With faith, their council representative will follow through. And yet nothing is set in stone just yet. There is a process to all of this. Best case scenario, the councilman says, this could be reality in 3 to 6 months. In Reseda, I'm Cádiz Klemack, NBC4 News.
NBC4 is committed to covering the homeless crisis here in Los Angeles with our Streets of Shame series. And if you have a story idea, we'd like to hear about it. Just send us an email to tips@nbcla.com.